all my beautiful souls, and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I'm doing a reading for the beautiful sign of Gemini for the month of April 2022. I hope all my Gemini friends are doing well. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. I'm just worried if there's enough light. Should I turn this light on as well? Hopefully that's not too bright. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. I do appreciate all the comments that you leave. It helps me connect with your energies. So I definitely do appreciate that. So let's start from the beginning. In the past position, we have the Page of Wands, clarified by the Eight of Wands. In the challenging position, we have the Tower, clarified by the Seven of Cups. In the present position, we have this very unusual and very rare combination, Death and the World. It's a good combination. It's actually super positive. And then another unusual combination in the future outcome position, we have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, which is absolutely amazing. So get ready, dear Gemini, for this amazing ride that you're going to experience in the month of April. And definitely don't forget that we just had on April 1st, for, I think most of the planet, this new moon is already over, but I think it started the day before. But we just had the new moon in Aries, so that is definitely going to kind of start things off with a bang, and that is going to propel you forward with new opportunities. Also, on April 12th, there is a conjunction between, I want to say, Jupiter and Neptune. I hope I'm remembering that correctly. And definitely that's going to be another amazing opportunity. But the new moon in Aries is opening a portal. So April 2nd, April 3rd, April 4th, this is going to be incredible manifestation period. So if you want to put out some water into the moonlight so that the moonlight charges the water, remember that before you put it out, make sure to write on the bottle of water what what you would like to manifest, basically, and that is when the moonlight charges the water, and you can drink, like, new love, for example. If somebody's looking for new love, you can write on the bottle new love, or romance, or something to that effect. It will help you kind of attract attention to yourself from the right people. Now, definitely some other manifestation techniques I use is writing things down. If there's a situation I want to manifest in my life, I will write down that situation down to a T. I'll use 100 words to describe what I would like to manifest. The more words you use, the more you help the universe. So that is important to remember. But let us start from the beginning. I just want to make sure that April, this is going to be a very, very significant month. You have a lot of major arcana cards here. There's a lot happening with the stars above us. So definitely make sure to drink plenty of water, make sure to meditate, make sure to keep your energy steady as you go through the month of April. Now, in the past position, we have an interesting combination, the Page of Wands with the Eight of Wands. Wands are all about fire. Wands are all about ambition. Wands are all about wanting to create and attract and manifest something into your life that you've always wanted to see. Wands are all about passion, determination. It's it's one of those things where you went into a new direction, because the page, of wands, he's sort of inexperienced a little bit, but he's very driven. He has that non-stop energy. Sometimes the page of wands is described as, like a newborn leader that hasn't become a leader yet, but is in the process of becoming a leader. He's someone that, other people notice and other people follow as well. He, however, does like to be at times unpredictable, and sometimes he does spend a little bit too much money, so you definitely want to watch that. But with the Eight of Wands, it tells me that in the past you made a very quick decision and you pursued that decision very, like fast. The Eight of Wands can also symbolize travel, so it could, for some of you, mean that you actually traveled quite a bit in the past, where you were able to pursue new adventures, where you were able to develop new skills, develop new talents, and kind of create a path for yourself that you wanted to pursue and create the reality that you wanted to see in your life. Now, in the challenging position, we definitely have the Tower, and sometimes people panic over receiving this card. There's no need to panic, because the Tower, when it appears in the challenging position, means delayed disaster. So definitely there is a lot of fear. There's some fear that you're feeling in one aspect of your life, dear Gemini, and so you're definitely wanting to avoid this situation. And I think that you're doing that quite successfully. You're very much in that avoidance behavior, avoiding confrontations, avoiding difficult situations, trying to keep things on an even keel, because a lot of us, of course, have this fear of suffering, but sometimes it's much easier to go through something and have that be behind you. Remember, the value that you assign, that depends on you. Sometimes people see some kind of a new change coming to their life beyond scary. It's the value that you assign to something comes from you. It is your perspective. Sometimes we need to readjust our perspective. Sometimes we create fear where there is really no space for it, where really it isn't that scary. But because we don't know something, because we don't feel comfortable, the fear in our bodies sometimes gets out of control. Remember that fear is an illusion. Fear is something that a lot of times comes from, the negative emotions like self-doubt, like regret, like disappointment. And it is important to remember that you assign value to any given situation. It depends on how you see something. So when you project a positive value to something, then it doesn't kind of create as much fear, if you will. But it is important to face some facts. There are clearly some facts that have to be changed in some of the aspect of your life, dear Gemini, because you have the Tower, you also have the Death. And there's something that needs to be let go. If there's something that you need to clear out of your life, maybe you need to let go of a certain group of friends. Maybe you need to let go of doing something that you've always been doing. We're switching from a habitual way of living to more purposeful way of living, right? So we used to wake up in the morning and just sort of repeat what we did the day before, because that's how the habit, made us do it. But now we're more purposeful. We're more aware that each day, each moment is very significant, and it is special, and it needs to be, lived in a wholesome sort of way, so that you can, do right by you and do right by all the other people around you. And so that switch from habit to purpose can also create some fear and some transformation that some people don't really feel comfortable wanting to go through. A lot of us want to remain in the dark because, we don't want to have these new feelings. New feelings can sometimes have painful effects, but again, it is your body sort of letting you know that you are becoming more awakened, that your spirit spirit is becoming stronger, that you're accomplishing a lot more. So that is important to remember. We do have these 7 of Cups here, so watch your emotions in the month of April. You want to make sure that you are balanced. Try not to be tempted by some things. Make sure you are not tempted by doing something where you are cutting a corner. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you are doing everything from a purpose, from a point of view of logic, from a point of view of clear thinking, rather than confusion, because the 7 of Cups can sometimes create confusion in our minds. And definitely you don't want to pay attention to what other people are doing, because other people are doing things based on their own fear, right? And you're smarter than that. You are far more accomplished than that. You're very much in tune with your spirit. So what is important is how you feel and how you see the situation. And what is important is your clear thinking, rather than your neighbors or your friends or your parents or whoever else, that may be affecting your decisions, that may be affecting, what you choose to do. It's important that you make choices and decisions based on how you feel inside. And that is why it is important to meditate, because it calms the emotions down. Now, in the present position, we have the beautiful combination of the Death and the World. Both of these cards are major arcana, and both of them are about completion. So you have arrived at a point where a chapter is becoming closed, and you are moving into a new direction, into a higher direction. Death is not always a bad thing. I feel like in our culture, everybody scares us with this word, death, death, death. It's so final, it's so fatal, it's so, scary, completely scary. There's a boogeyman, and oh my God, everybody's just freaked out. Death is just another step. It's a transformation step. You cannot have life. You cannot be alive. You cannot smile, laugh, hold your friend's hand. You cannot enjoy your day if you don't have death. Death goes hand in hand with life. It's the other side of things, and you have to have it, otherwise you don't have life. So developing a really true understanding of death is really important. I actually remember when I took a course in college. It was a religious course. I feel like I took it because I needed some extra credit or something. I didn't think I was going to like it at all, because I can't say that I'm very religious. I'm spiritual, but I'm not very religious. And so one thing that I learned in that course is how different cultures view death, how different cultures don't hide, like the understanding of death, right? They actually keep it for, everyone's view, and it minimizes the fear. Again, I want to remind everyone that fear is an illusion. It is something that, is used to control your choices, to control your thoughts, to control what you do, and to kind of organize, if you will, the society in a certain way. But you are taking on a new form of thinking, and that's why you have the Death card in the present position. You are transforming something into your life, and having the Death with the World card, which is a very positive card. It's a card of harmony, it's a card of fulfillment, accomplishment, leveling up, and so it tells me that there's something new that's coming into your life. It could be something incredibly positive. And remember, you are what you attract, or you attract what you are. It's the other way around. You attract what you are. So if you think positively, and it's hard, it takes work, but again, you have to override your own thinking. You have to override your own thoughts, and you have to say, I will think positively, and think about something that has always brought a joy to you. And after a while, that will get easier for you, and after a while you will attract more positivity towards you. And this is why I really like your future card placement, because you got the Ace of Wands with the Ace of Swords, and that tells me that there's some sort of a new job coming your way, or a new love relationship, or a new friendship that's just gonna like make things so much better. Definitely you are taking off. There's a new direction in which you are moving, and you have incredible success coming towards you as well. I know it's hard to see when you have the negativity in the Tower card, and a little bit in the Death card, but again, you can't have one without the other. That is important to remember. You are creating a new path for yourself. You're becoming more successful. You're becoming more, you're bringing justice into your life as well, and balance, very much needed balance. The Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords are very pure cards, because they bring that pure elemental energy to your life. So you are going through a little bit of a reset, and I think that once the new direction takes over, you will be very much very happy that you kind of held on through a little bit of a turbulent period, which I think has come to a close with the month of March. I think April is going to be an absolutely very much upward trajectory for everyone. So think positively, stay optimistic, and attract wonderful things into your life. But let's see what we can clarify with the Shaman's Dream Oracle card. And we have Watchers, transpersonal, interesting. And we've got Winter's Dream, gestation period. The Watchers is all about observers. The Watchers is all about serendipity. When Watchers appear, it's an invitation to stop doing. Pause, get off the treadmill, and take a deep breath. Find the witness within, the one who can observe the fire and fury happening around you, but is not caught in any of the drama. The time is right to step back. If you have a thought or opinion, keep that to yourself. If you have a feeling that needs to be expressed, do it in the shower. Do not engage with the action happening around you. Simply observe. The Watchers invite you to break free from the linear causal pace of the petty day-to-day, rise to divine coincidence, to serendipity, and notice how the act of seeing the heart of the matter produces results. Things happen without you doing anything. Creation unfolds in its own mysterious way, requiring only a sacred witness. So this is the time to allow the universe to do its working. So, just keep on doing your taking care of your responsibilities and whatever it is you were doing, but don't engage in more effort necessarily in this time, because the universe requires a little bit of time behind the scenes to, kind of even things out. Now, the Winter's Dream is all about sanctuary and conscious awareness. The Winter's Dream is a summons to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward, like the sap of trees returning to the roots. Cast your gaze toward the deep and hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul, and be at peace, basking in your crystalline clarity in that quiet place. This is not hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take your quiet, wakeful nature with you into stillness, and know that you are replenishing your life force. Trust that deeply buried seeds inside your soul, the ones you planted even before you were born, are stirring softly, ready to awaken with the spring. But do not try to rouse them early. Instead, surrender to the quiet of Winter's Dream. Winter's Dream can lull you into a slumber where you can lose consciousness and become caught in a nightmare. Awaken, find that easy return to wakefulness that brings you clarity. This is time to set your priorities in order, yet not to act on any of them. Allow the clarity and transparency that comes with Winter's Dream to permeate your heart and soul. The time for action will come later. Remember that all things are born of dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream, to lucidly guide it to your chosen destination. And that is definitely a pretty significant task. I hope you enjoyed this reading, dear Gemini. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I will see you next time.